Hi, hey guys. So I'm just gonna talk a little bit about my coming out story. A little background. I was actually born in China and I moved to America in third grade. And being in the strict Asian family that I was in, um, my family was really against idea of homosexuals. And at the time, I didn't even know what transgender was. It wasn't until I was 13 ish uh, cause I always thought like there was something wrong with me, that I always felt like I was a boy, but people would tell me that I'm not, and I would have to follow the social norm. For a good 12 years of my life, I thought I was lesbian, because I liked girls since I was in kindergarten, and but then I found out that that is not the case. I never came out and told my parents what my preference in the my sexual preferences, but when I found out the term of transgender, when I was searching up, I was on Google and I searched up I'm a I'm a girl but I want to be a boy. Is that normal? And the word transgender came up and it like clicked with me at that time. But being 13 at the time, it makes it really hard to tell your parents what you're thinking, especially since my family is Asian, and Asian people tend to be more like stern about that kind of beliefs and what they think is right and wrong. And the transgender community wasn't as open as it was now, as it is now, because that was 4 years ago, and the community wasn't as open. So I first came out to a piano teacher of mine that I had for a very long time. She's like a grandmother to me, and she was very accepting, and I felt better about myself. And that led me to come out to my step cousin, who is also very open about the idea because she's around my age. And it really helped me through this process. But in my freshman year, I had to move to a new school. So besides the discovery of me being transgender, I also had to deal with the stress of moving to a new place and making new friends with somewhat poor English. So it was just a really tough time for me at that time. Um, I decided to come out to my parents 2 months after I found out that I was trans, or I confirmed with myself that I was trans, because that's what I felt was me. I felt related. I felt related. I felt that I found myself. And I first came out to my dad, who in the beginning thought I was like maybe having a phase, maybe having a bad joke, and then later he told my mom. So I never really directly told my mom about it, but she found out afterwards. And people have like many different ways to come out to their parents, and what I did was I wrote a letter. But I decided to come out to my parents at the age of 13, and my parents were like still in denial. And my birth name, which was Chinese, is actually gender neutral, which didn't prove a need to like have a name change. But when I moved to a new school, I was like, you know what? I still had long hair back then, and I was like, you know what? I will just go by the name Ethan and start my school year as a girl with long hair that was named Ethan. And a lot of people had like questions about that. It wasn't until after freshman year of high school that I got a haircut and came out to the whole school and publicly made myself transgender, and made myself, came out the closet to everyone in the school that I knew through a Facebook post. But overall, people tend to gossip about it a little bit. Nothing really bad happened out of coming out. I was rather lucky. I didn't really get that much discrimination and that much hate on what I did. But um there were some up and downs and some relationship problems that surfaced, especially between me and my dad. There was a really awkward period of time where he just couldn't accept me, and I couldn't accept him not accepting me. But now it's pretty chill, and I've never like regretted the decision of coming out to my parents, even at such a young age. That one might say, because 13 is pretty, like, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you really want in life. But I was glad that I made that choice.